There is a very specific reel on this channel here, which you actually love very much. And it is from my guest, Kurt Tepperwein. I had the honor, it is already 5 years ago, I think, or four, to have a chat with him online live and here on this channel. And this story from him is actually very popular. It is the story of the bird, and it's such a match to the topic which I want to discuss with you this evening. So the story is something like you can actually go and listen to it on your own. The link is below. The story is something like there is a bird and he wants to go through a forest but by foot. And he meets different other animals and asks always, is there a shorter and better and less hurtful way to go through the forest than by foot? And every other animal is actually showing him the way this animal is doing it, like the snake is right, and the elephant is like, I just go and you know. So in the end, he actually meets another bird and asks, do you know another way to come through this forest, because going by foot hurts so much? And all the other animals gave me tips and it didn't work. And the bird said, of course, just fly. We are birds. Why don't you fly? So for me, it's such a beautiful story as well, because we see in this story, as a moral of the story, actually, that we as human also ask always or very often other people, how would you do that, or how should I do that, what would you recommend? And I tell you, I'm now coach since 22 24 23 years this summer, 23 years. And I really don't do that even as a coach, as a business coach. I don't do it. I don't tell my clients what to do. I show them systems what work in my world. But I actually love the most to help them to find the connection to their soul and to literally ask for their own soul strategy for their business. And it's working. I developed a way, I call it a soul strategy experience, a way to first clarify that this human asking for a soul strategy, that it has a vessel, a resonance, which actually creates a scalable business. And if you know the term of the vessel, I know it from David Guillaume. He is a very, very touching teacher in Kabbalah. And I always tell my clients, we take the term vase. If you take a vase, like a bottle or just a vase, to put the flowers in, we can actually blow in such a bottle and we get a sound. And the sound is different depending on the shape of the vase or the bottle, and different depending of the material of the bottle, and also depending of what is in the bottle and how much of that. I think this makes sense, right? We always made songs and music with as children. I don't forget that, with different bottles and all the different sounds, right? So it's something similar with us as human. We have this ways we create our body like a vase, and from experience and from DNA and from the influence from others and a lot of other stuffs. So we get these conditionings, and we whenever something is coming in these ways, we only can get the resonance of that, and even unconsciously. So that's what I do in the soul strategy experience. I first actually make sure that my clients get a conscious clarity about uh, what makes a business scalable and what is exponential health, what is active passive income and all the stuff, because I always attract those who are meant for these businesses. So in the soul strategy experience, we actually first clarify the ways so that the resonance gets very clear as soon as the soul of my clients is literally speaking to them. And we have also a module where they learn to ask the right question again, as always, to their soul, and then they get the answer. And through this resonance, they get their own soul strategy. This is so amazing. I'm always through the moon. Then later, they can actually talk with me if they need some clarification and if the brain is not there where they feel they should be. We help I help them to clarify that, and we get something like an auto route energy, right? And it's very helpful. But the most important is actually that we are clear about our true desires. And when you take this story of the bird, you realize actually we can literally stop to ask others what we should do. And when we are very honest, we know that. We know it. We should not ask what we should do, because we we really don't do it, right? People are like programmed not to do what others tell them. So the magic is that you find on in your own energy, in your own voice, what you actually want to do. Then you are also at home, and there is the most potent authority for you and your path, right? I think this makes sense. So the story of the bird actually ended in the way that the bird realized, oh my God, I'm a bird and I can actually fly. And the moral here is that you can realize, oh my God, I'm actually an onion, uh, immortal soul, and I can literally fly, right? I can do what I want, and here is one specific language coming into the place, and it's the soul language of your true desires. It's one very important language. When you care about your true desires, you actually learn so much more about the things what are meant for you as an immortal soul, as an enlightened soul, having here a human experience on this planet. If you want to know more about the languages of your soul, I teach that also in other videos here on this channel for free. You just go back and grab them. I think you have even an own playlist of about that. I also wrote a book. I don't know where it's over there. Languages of Your Soul. And if you want the updated version in English, just tell it in the comments. Languages of the Soul, and I will be encouraged to do that. Because the second edition is already 12 years ago, the publishing. So the soul is never speaking in a logic, and that's probably the hard thing for the most people. I think, and I experienced that and observed that the most of us actually have an access to our soul's voice. But the difficult thing for us is that we believe this voice, that we are not too much concentrated on our mind and our logical part, which always want to do the things too fast or with proof. with evidence. Evidencing is actually one of the most destroying parts when we come along with that, because it's not natural to ask for evidence. It's not natural. No plant would actually say, as a seed, God, show me first my fruits, only then I want to be this plant, right? No plant is doing that. They are just a seed, and they know exactly the code of their purpose and their mission, and they just go with that. It's not possible to have the fruit first or the flower first before the other stages of a plant between the seed and the fruit, right? But we humans sometimes do that, and I think it has mainly to do with the fact that our brain is very developed. We have the ability to make conscious decisions. We have, or mostly conscious, we have the ability to decision things, to do decisions. We have the ability to be conscious and aware about things. No animal out there has these abilities, right? We have the ability to involve very fast our intelligence and our learning part. It's crazy, right? So this is sometimes confusing when the mind part is developing very fast, or even if it's not, it has a very big development in average to use, and it means to dictate the things. It means want to control the things, and then it also depends of our experiences and all the stuff, right? Also about our environment. And that's not easy, but we just have to know about that, and then it's getting better. Like with the story of the bird, as soon as he asked actually one of his own, he got the realization, oh my God, right, I'm a bird, I could fly. And then he tries to fly, and he actually tries to go through the path like he is built naturally. And that's the moral of this story, and it's so beautiful, don't you think? So, the crazy thing is that often people are asking too much outside for a solution, even those who are actually not really in a conversation mode. There are many, especially men, when they feel and know they want to do something else or new or find a solution for something, often they don't talk about that. They talk when the solution is here or proved, right? So it's more than inner conversations, a lot of thinking, but it's not actually looking inside. It's still like, even if the conversation is in the mind, it's still something outside, being outside, always asking himself where, who, when, how, right? Outside, not looking really inside and asking his wisdom, or in this case, I call it our soul, right? But it could be so relieving when we actually just start to go inside. And how is this working? This is working like with a meditation state. Do something like, you can also something do something like contemplation, like it don't have to be meditation. It can be like tai chi or yoga or something like that, just, or even karate, right? With this mind looking, the eyes looking inside, it's very, very touching. And it doesn't need more, because as soon as our awareness is going inside, we actually see or feel or hear, or however you perceive with your clear senses, see what is waiting there. And that's crazy because our soul is always talking to us. We just don't hear it. We are not available, literally, right? So, and that's another reason why often people don't understand or realize that the soul is already showing the things, because it's not coming with a logic. It's not addressing our brain and mind. And that makes it so different, and also very hard to learn, because we had all these decades where we get these conditionings to listen to our mind, to the logic, to the proven things, black on white, right? And we got little in the teaching not to listen to our other perception skills. But, and this is another thing, a lot already listen to their perception and train that as well. But perception, what I mean, like with your clear senses, is like listening outside what I perceive from other people or situation, and that's also not the answer. It's inside. You must literally use your awareness to look inside, right? And there you also perceive, and you also perceive it with your clear senses. But it's not like the Lulu or like a foreign energy guiding you, it's just your truth. But sometimes it feels like foreign because it's not natural for us, it's not common for us, just because we don't know it. And as you know, when we don't know the things, it doesn't feel good, and then we think it's bad. And it's just bullshit, right? So our task, or literally holy duty, is actually just to get common and to get familiar with sitting and looking inside, guiding our awareness to inside, in your center, in our center, here at home, being at home, and to listen, not to distract the thoughts with a guided meditation or something like that. It's not helping, believe me, because then you just think about what this guidance would tell you. It's a nice thing, and it's another result you get. It's not bad, but it's not helping when you actually want to listen to your soul, right? And when I work with my clients and just training that, I often observe that they literally get so much information suddenly. They download and download and download, especially in the beginning, because the soul had so much to say already, right? And it makes so much click, click, click. They often tell me it's like puzzle pieces are coming on the right spot, and the picture is showing up. The whole, or the bigger picture is suddenly showing up, and all the things they got in the past as only puzzle pieces make sense now. So if you start to listen to your soul's voices, you will literally automatically get a specific joy, because it's nurturing you, it's giving you like fuel. Even if life is treating you in a hard way at the moment, doesn't matter if it's going up or down, doesn't matter about you are worried concerning your life or your experiences as a human, doesn't matter. As soon as you actually stick with your truth and listen to your soul, you get this fuel, and it's giving you this endless energy and joy. And you literally learn to separate the things what you experience in your life. Either way, it's good or bad. And this feeling, you realize then wherever I am in my journey as a human, whatever I experience at the moment, I'm just safe as long as I connect consciously with my soul's energy. And that's so nice, right? It's so, so relieving. But sometimes we don't listen to that. We sometimes literally get kicks in the ass from our soul, like an accident, and we are forced to look inside. But we don't do it, and we distract us with games, video games, or watching YouTube or Netflix or whatever, or reading books. But we are not at home here, or we get other kicks in the ass from the soul, like we get sick a little bit or a little bit more, or something other is happening which would not be the plan originally, but our soul needs the thing to get our attention, right? That we literally get forced to look inside. And sometimes some clients just told me that they had a phase of bad moods and a longer phase often, and they could not explain why. And the environment is also telling them, we cannot understand why you are not happy or more grateful, because you don't have a reason to be in this bad mood. Or they have like a restlessness, cannot sleep in nights, and there is literally no reason why. And I tell you why. It's the kick in the ass, right? It's your soul always picking you. Listen now, listen now, listen now. So that's it, actually. So if you feel familiar with my what I tell you today, and you realize, okay, oh my God, this is me. I do that, or I experience that. I can only recommend you to go inside. You don't need to hire me, by the way, but you can, of course. You can also visit my soul calling portal. It's for free on School. You find the link above at the channel's description. But you don't have to. You can actually just teach yourself to sit and to listen and to look inside, bring your awareness inside. I have actually a little conscious with me guidance on this channel. You will find it. It's a meditation, and I have this thumbnail where I am like here, like that, so that you see it directly. That's the video. If you want, try this out. I guide you then only in your center. That's the only guided meditation helping you with my voice or someone else. It doesn't matter, but don't use other guided meditations because they have other purposes. You really just go inside. You can do it also on your own. If you are sometimes restless, I know that very good, since I had this hormonal changes in my body that I could not sleep in the night. And normally I actually knew my life that I never had problems to sleep. I could sleep anywhere. But since these hormonal changes, I have a really hard time. And what really helped is some specific YouTube guidance just to sleep, to fall asleep, from my colleagues. And I realized lately that I also want to produce a free series of those videos helping you with sleep. And if you think, oh yes, this would be great, just write it in the comment, sleep videos and or sleep meditation, and then I'm encouraged to produce that for you. But either way, care about the connection to your uniqueness, to your soul, and then you realize, oh my God, this is me. And I don't want to change that anymore. I want to go with that. And even if you feel then like hurdles or blockages from outside, because people actually will not recognize you because they never saw you connected with your soul, right? Often, especially those who are very close and loving us very much, they are very worried because they don't know you with the connection to your unique soul. And then they just see it's a change, and then they are really worried. I invite you then to send love, but really to stick with your truth and just try to do both, not to leave again your unique soul path, but also to be heart open and to forgive and just to know they can't know it in another way. It's human that they are worried. It's okay. But sometimes we have to be okay as well to disconnect a while from those. It's not happening always and with everyone, but sometimes it happens. And I just want to encourage you, it's okay. And often later on, we come together again. They just want that you are good, and they want to see that that you are fine, right? And the clearer they realize you actually stand behind yourself, you go with this clarity. And of course, I change now, but it's okay, I'm fine. And then they see the proof that you are creating from your truth. Then they get common with that as well. But you really cannot go with your soul path when you take the guidance from other, because others cannot perceive what is meant for you. There is an exception if it's a medium with this psychic mediumistic skill. I have this skill and I know from what I speak. Not every medium has it. The most medium have the skill to channel spirit world or God or angels, archangels, doesn't matter. But there are so many like specializations as a medium. Mine is to perceive the true purpose and the soul paths. That's why I developed this coaching and my containers are around that. But my favorite way is actually to show you how you perceive your own path. Because I really don't want to be this person just telling you things and you have to believe it, right? As we just started this call, we learned that people don't listen to others. Even if we are open or coachable, in the end, we do what feels good for us. And if we are not led from our soul, we always go back to old behaviors because this feels good, not the new thing, right? You just can't get you just can't get your truth from others. It's not possible. But you can get it from you, your soul. This is you, right? And it's not your brain or your mind. But as soon as you get this soul stream, I always name it soul stream. As soon as you get it, how it feels, and when you are in it, and the longer you train it, you just are in it. You never leave it. It's more a compound effect through your expanded awareness. The more you are in your soul stream, very aware in your soul stream, the more you get this joy and this divine energy, right? That's also often a reason why the environment of my clients is worried, because suddenly we are just so happy And it's not normal for them. They sometimes think, oh, what are they doing? Are they in another religion or something scammy? Or it's not that, it's just our truth, right? Feeling and speaking and literally experiencing through us, through this body. And your soul, which is you, knows why she chose this body. And you and this experience on this planet Earth for now. Why this time now? Why this body? Why this everything, right? So, and guess what? If you watch this and you still watch, you are actually a guardian of the flame. It's one of the secret keywords in my kingdom energy. And if you don't know what I talk about, if I talk about this kingdom, go back. I made so many videos about my world, a kingdom. And I want to invite you to discover your own world, because this is meant for you. You would not be here if not. And claim the guardian of the flame. Hello, soul person. Nice to meet you. Claim it with flame in the comments. And then we both know what this means. I never attract people which are not meant for bigger things, very big things. And if you think, oh, I'm very experienced and successful, especially as entrepreneur, I already created big things, then I tell you, this was only the beginning. This is crazy, right? So today's invitation is stop navigating or accept the navigation from others. Start to find your own, which is your soul. And she speaks to you always, all days. Always, right? She tries to find your ears so that you listen to your truth, because it's only that, your truth, your authority, your uniqueness, your truth. And this wants to be experienced. And in this experience, I only attract those who are meant to build big things, to help and to serve others, especially in a world we have at the moment, again, on this planet, which is changing a lot. And others need leaders like you. Services from your soul business, built from your soul's purpose. And if you actually want to know more about that and directly stick with the chat with me, then write me on WhatsApp. You find the link below. Just open it with your mobile and then you directly come to a chat with me, post their kingdom, and we start our chat. Can't wait to that. And in the meantime, I just wish you a most beautiful night and we see us again tomorrow. Bye bye.